That, of course, was Oliver Twist's iconic Food Glorious Food. But why are we playing it this morning, Andy? I'm going to tell you right now.
Come on, Nick.
Because you spotted it. One of the stories we've seen in the papers is titled Heston's Red Card for Gloat on Footy.
Yeah.
Heston Blumenthal once sacked a French pastry chef for cheering too much when England lost to France. That's hilarious, man. He told the worker to leave his 3 Michelin star restaurant, the Fat Duck, after France's 2-1 group stage victory at Euro 2004 with a Zidane brace, including a stoppage time penalty.
And that, of course, Ali, I wonder who's got sacked for celebrating something.
Oh, aye.
Can't have it anyone. I mean, surely not.
That's a great... Well... If you maybe overstep the mark, a little bit,
and you've got
rubbing their face right in it,
and you've got the elbow for it. Text us, please, 8 10 89. We would like to hear from you.
I mean, Heston, not a man to be messed with. Similar when France beat England.
No, not at all.
I thought he'd been used to it.
And by the way, you don't. Do you know, a lot of pubs, a lot of restaurants, and people who own them and run them around the country, they live and die by their chef, Ali, don't they? Don't they? Do you know, when you got a good chef, if you ever had a restaurant, you've got a good chef. It's like having Alexander Isak in your team.
Do you know
you've got to keep him.
Do you know what we've got to do, me in particular? We've got to take this opportunity of apologising to the Jordan Nation.
Go on.
Because producer Dan has just told me that the phone lines haven't been working all morning.
Really?
Can you believe that?
Well, we wondered why. We thought we must be getting... We thought we'd have got a sack full of calls this morning from the Geordies.
One of the lads has been on. The Toon Post he's been on to try to get through.
We're trying to get it sorted now.
We've got to get it sorted. So sorry, lads, I was giving you a bit of stick here for not phoning in, saying you were under the weather. I still think you're under the weather, but you can give us a call anyway. Now, of course, it's the start of the international break for England, and they're back in action in their World Cup qualifiers against Albania and Latvia, and it's live on talkSPORT this week, which is a place you should listen to it, but I have to inform you, if those games were getting played in my back garden, I'd close the curtains. Now, manager Thomas Tuchel has faced huge criticism following his first squad announcement, but I'll say it again, listen to it in talkSPORT, which took place last Friday. Eyebrows were raised after a surprise inclusion, mine included, of Ajax midfielder Jordan Henderson, as well as initially snubbing Forest star midfielder and club captain Morgan Gibbs-White, who's had a fantastic season so far, only now, of course, to be included after Cole Palmer's recent injury. However, speaking on the game day warm-up, talkSPORT's Darren Lewis praised Tuchel's inclusion of the former Liverpool captain.
Henderson, in terms of leadership, to me seems like a no-brainer. Why would we have a problem with that experience? We see other countries with experienced players and refusing to throw the baby out with the bathwater. Tuchel's a winner. He knows what it takes to win, and what it takes to win isn't just a good first 11. It is a combination of that quality and that technical ability and consistency, but also the leadership for the difficult moments. And that's why I think he's called up people like Henderson. Yeah, we do have good young winners. We need some of that experience in there as well.
I'm surprised. I mean, I hear Darren, I hear what he's saying. Yep, and I take his point, experience, leadership.
I was amazed, and there's nothing against Jordan.
No, he's been fantastic football.
Jordan's given his all whenever he's pulled on an England shirt. No question about that. But he's been in and out the Ajax team.
I know that.
Now,
on the bench
I've always had a little bit of an issue with players getting international call-ups, particularly for teams like England, when there are tons of starters, people that are regularly starting.
Gibbs-White.
Gibbs-White, for instance, that are available. So, I was very, very, very surprised at that. 4 keepers in the squad. Albania and Latvia.
I know. I'm surprised he had any in for those
games. I mean, the mind boggles a little bit, really. I mean, and look, these guys, they sit and analyse, and they will no doubt have spoke about it. And I understand that Gibbs-White and Jordan Henderson are very different players. You know, Morgan Gibbs-White is a hard-running, aggressive, forward-looking sort of player. Jordan, now at his stage of his career, is always going to be one that's sitting and minding the fort whilst others go forward. I get all of that, but to have not included him in the first squad when it initially came out must have been a hammer blow to Morgan Gibbs-White.
I would have said that's the kind of game, never mind you got him in the squad, I think those are the kind of games you play him.
Yeah, you could... Again.
Even here's an interesting one. We're talking about Dan Burn, who's probably the story of the week, the fortnight, if you like. I think he's got to play him. Why else would you bring somebody that age into the squad and not play him?
Well,
he's there in merit, right?
Yes, he is, yeah. And I mean, we don't know whether Tuchel's going to go with a 3 or a back 4 or whatever. No, not really going to know exactly. He might tinker with some different shapes and setups. I would imagine he's going to. But Dan Burn absolutely warrants a place in there, because not only for his goal yesterday, Ali, but I think whenever you look at him, the way he plays, he defends, he's prepared to throw his body on the line. He's for such a big man, you'd think he might get done and people might get in around him and beyond him easily. I don't see it too often.
Doesn't happen. He's clever.
He's clever with it, and because he's such a big man, if he uses his body and gets himself in the right position, very difficult to get beyond. So he absolutely merits a place in that squad, if not in the team.
No, absolutely. I've got to say, Andy, I think the season so far has been brilliant from start to finish. I mean, one of the guys has only been smart. He's asking me, do I still think Liverpool are the best team in Europe? No, of course they're not after yesterday. But he's not put his name on. The fact of the matter is, up until probably the PSG game, Liverpool have been the best team in Europe.
Yeah.
Over the season.
Over the consistency they've shown.
Up to the start, up to that point. But we both know that the most important part is now.
Yeah.
Because that's when the medals are given out.
Yeah. I've enjoyed it like everybody. We've enjoyed and we've respected the way that Liverpool have gone about what they've done this year and how consistent and regular they've been. What I've not seen from Liverpool, which Klopp's teams were able to do.
Yeah.
Now I know there's always there's that debate about Jurgen Klopp's teams, running out of gas or whatever because of the hard running that. But when Klopp's teams, Ali, on any given day were at their 100 mile an hour best and playing the brilliant football with it, they were incredible to watch.
Yeah.
I don't see Arne Slot's Liverpool team
incredible to watch.
Quite get into that sort of intensity in their game.
I agree.
They control it a bit more. They play a different game, and that's cool. That's what he does, and that's the way he sees it. But it's almost like yesterday. They could have gone back with rolling back. They never had the legs for it against Newcastle, but they could have done with trying to go really toe-to-toe with them a bit more.
Just right. I tell you what, one of the stories of the season, Andy, is I don't care what anybody says, is Forest this season.
Yeah.
Absolutely remarkable. I was fortunate. I've been there a couple of times. I was there.
We were there against City.
Correct. The whole place. It's like a Newcastle feel in the respect that
Taz.
The whole place.
Waiting to take off.
Correct. Absolutely
waiting
buzzing.
To take
Supporters,
off.
the old boys there, just had a brilliant day. But my question to you is this, and it just shows you can look at all the statistics you like, but there's only one statistic that matters, and that's the scoreline. Forest have had less possession than anybody in the league.
Have they really? Than anybody in the whole league?
That's what it was. That was the start that was
to have less possession, with respect, to have less possession than Southampton, who have had such an hard time of it.
That was the start that was handed to us before the game. I cannot be right that.
No.
But then see, when you look at them,
yeah,
they just sit. They're really, really comfortable defensively. Goalkeepers out of this world. 2 centre-backs, full-backs, different class, right? Anderson, the boys in the middle of the park, they'll sit. But I tell you what, once they go.
Don't they go? And again, they go with that at that ferocious pace, which is really, really difficult to handle. And I'm like you. Whenever I go to Forest, I've said before, the atmosphere is sensational there.
It's brilliant. They're having a wonderful season. It looks like, I wouldn't say there's certainties for top 4, but what a story that would be.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.